In the 10 plus years we've been doing the Transformer Slag podcast, this is the first time we've had so little news in relation to Transformers. Now, a lot of it has to do with the fact that most of the Hasbro crew are on vacation. Most of it has to do with the fact that even the factory crews are on vacation. Everyone has been chilling, but everyone's back now. Everyone at Hasbro's back in the office starting today, and we start today with some brand new photos. We finally have some in-hand photos of our brand new Transformers Legacy United Commander class Beast Wars Universe. Man, these long names. Beast Wars Universe Magmatron. Mark Maher, premier designer, went into the old office at Hasbro, fired up the old photo room, and took some amazing photos of the final shots of our Magmatron. And it's looking real good. And he posted it on Instagram. We got a nice little update. It's been a while, too. Mark hasn't posted on Instagram with some little blurbs and everything since late November of last year. So it's pretty crazy. You know, everything kind of has been put to a halt, more or less, during the holiday season. But we're back. We are back. And these Magmatron images look really good. And one of the things that I love about it is he put a lot of little details into his description and little fine-tuning of what gone on with making this commander class, and then actually had photos to explain it too. He calls it the D-Navi deets, you know, the Destron Navi details, and a lot of cool stuff. So, like, number one, the shouldered Lansaurus head. That's the dino head in the robot mode of Magmatron. It's actually articulated this time around, so you could have it actually pointing forward if you want, or you could kind of have it in a lot of ways like three heads talking to each other in robot mode, which is kind of wild. It just shows how much articulation is in this figure compared to the original. The lower jaws of all the dino modes have full paint, so there's all kinds of painted detail in there, so it's not just like, you know, just the teeth. So they put a lot of detail into the paint and stuff. I guess, you know, really flexing that commander class and all the budget that's available. All the blast effect ports could fit onto the Magma Blade, and so the Magma Blade could also transform into like a gun and make a blaster, so it actually has like a dual use too, so that's pretty awesome. Due to the fact that the transformation's waist has a hinge on it, it leads to Magmatron actually having a bit of an ab crunch and thus crazy articulation for a lot of poses. And Mark takes a lot of nice photos with those crazy poses that look really good. The Caesaurus has a 5mm peg plug point. So it could be stationary, it could be unplugged, so it looks really nice that it could be plugged onto multiple characters. So if you want to have that Caesaurus as a shield for any of your other 5mm point Transformer characters, it could be done. The Skysaurus has two little hidden blades in his wings that could also be weapons that he calls the Terror Swords instead of Terrorsaurs, I guess. So that's pretty cool too, and he shows how those look, those we did not see before in all the previous photo shoots, and many more. Again, this is like the first time we've seen a really extensive photo shoot of Magmatron since we had that very first reveal back in the live stream, and then we pretty much had just the stock images from the Hasbro Pulse website. Now we have some great in-hand images, and it just looks fantastic, and this is super exciting. I mean, as someone who's owned the original Magmatron, it's like they took that original toy that was literally a football. I love that toy, but let's be real. The technology back then, with the fact that it had to do what it had to do, which was take these three things and smash them into one and somehow have articulation, which is crazy because Beast Wars Neo was known for like all the crazy ball-jointed characters. And then you had Magmatron that just kind of was like a brick when he was combined in robot mode. You know, obviously the other pieces of Magmatron had a little more articulation, but in general, just wasn't really going on. And they took that brick of a toy and turned it into this crazy articulated thing. And, you know, even Mark here says, you know, like when he saw the original toy, you know, he was actually blown away and stuff. And then when he saw it in the show, and this is to quote Mark here, he pooped his pants. That's what he says here. So this is incredible. Again, this was something that Mark and Shusan from Takara put together, and what an incredible turn out. What an incredible design, and just amazing stuff. And again, a reminder, that he says that as amazing as this is, they have even bigger stuff that they have planned for 2024, some big reveals and some real doozies, again, to quote Mark here. So this is very exciting what we have. Now, reminder, pre-order is still available for Magmatron, is on Hasbro Pulse. Transformers Legacy United Commander Class Beast Wars Universe Magmatron, $89.99. The pre-order ship out is supposed to be July 1st, 2024. He'll probably break those street dates. And you can pre-order it now on Hasbro Pulse. So pretty cool stuff, a lot of great images. And hopefully next week, now that all the boys are back in the office, we're going to see some cool stuff. And just a little shout out to Mark also in his Instagram post, doing all the Ric Flair quotes, strutting, styling and profiling, the Rolex wearing, diamond wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing, limousine driving, jet bot flying, son of a Decepticon. Or a Predacon in this case, or Destron in this case, or Destronger. But yeah, pretty hype stuff. Let me know what you think, guys. Very excited about this, and hopefully Transformer news will pick up. Tomorrow is the Transformer Slag Podcast Saturday Night live stream. We're back, and we're going to be doing a lot of crazy stuff, taking questions, hanging out with the fans, and talking Transformers. Thank you for listening, and you've been listening to the Transformer Slag Podcast.